There's a hole in your vision, right now. A spot where you are completely, totally blind, and you have never once noticed it. Let me prove it on your own eye. Then I'll show you why that hole is there, why you never notice it, and why an octopus doesn't have one. Look at the cross. Cover your left eye, just the left. Keep staring at the cross while you slowly lean toward the screen, then back. Don't look straight at the dot. Somewhere along the way, it disappears. Nothing changed on the screen. The dot is still there. Your right eye stopped receiving it, and your brain painted over the gap with more wall. Kind of rude, honestly. Uncover your eye. The dot snaps back. So, 2 questions. Why is there a blind spot? And why have you never noticed it? This was not a one-time trick. Each eye carries that blank continuously. With both eyes open, the other eye usually supplies the missing patch. Close one, and your brain builds a patch from whatever surrounds the gap. To see why it exists, we need the back of your eye. It's less a flaw than a plumbing problem. The back of your eye is lined with a light-catching screen called the retina. Millions of tiny cells across it catch light and start turning the scene in front of you into signals. Those are the cameras. No light catcher, no image. But the picture is useless unless it reaches your brain. So all that wiring gathers into one thick cable, the optic nerve, which runs out of the back of your eye and toward your brain. There's the catch. The cable has to get out somewhere. At one spot, it passes straight through the retina. And where that cable exits, there is no room for light-catching cells. That bare patch is the optic disc, a piece of the light-catching screen with the cameras missing. No cameras, no vision. Light can land there, but nothing records it. That's your blind spot, the exact gap that ate the dot. It sits off to one side of wherever you're looking, roughly 15 degrees toward your ear, one in each eye on opposite sides, and it is not small. That dot was nothing. The blind spot is big enough to swallow a friend's whole face from across the room. That is much bigger than it feels. So, a hole in each eye, which drags us straight back to the real question. If there's a blank spot in each eye, why aren't there 2 black holes floating in front of me all day? 2 reasons, both a little sneaky. First one is easy. You have 2 eyes, and they're offset. So the hole in your right eye lines up with a perfectly good stretch of your left eye, and the other way around. Each eye quietly covers for the other one's gap, like 2 prints of the same photo, each with a hole torn in a different spot. Lay one over the other, and there's no gap left. Close one eye, and you've pulled the cover off. That's the whole reason the test needs one eye shut. That still gets me. Even with one eye closed, you still don't see a black hole. You saw the dot turn into wall. And black is not what should happen. Black would at least be honest. Black would be your brain admitting there's no signal coming from here. Instead, your brain looks at whatever surrounds the gap, and it paints more of the same right over it. Wallpaper into wallpaper, wall into wall. This move has a name too, filling in. Your brain inventing the missing piece out of the edges and handing it to you as fact. Your brain would rather invent the wall than show you the hole. And it's doing it to you constantly. You've just never once caught it. Well, until about 2 minutes ago. But here's the thing. Your eye did not have to end up with a hole in it at all. Picture the back of a television. The tidy way to wire it is to send every cable out behind the panel where nothing blocks the picture. Your eye does the opposite. In a vertebrate eye, an eye carried by an animal with a backbone, the wiring runs across the front of the retina, then gathers and exits through that one bare patch. It is a strange cable route for a camera, and it is the one you inherited. This layout reaches back hundreds of millions of years and runs through animals with backbones. Fish, lizards, birds, you. Different eyes, same old exit through the screen. I love this part. An octopus does not have an optic disc blind spot. Its eye has the same basic camera setup. Lens, light-catching screen, the works. But it evolved independently on another branch. The wiring took a different route. Its light-catching cells face the light, and the nerves leave from behind instead of punching through the screen. So an octopus has no dot-swallowing exit patch. It could stare at our test card all day and never lose the dot once. No hole, no notes. Two branches of life independently evolved the same basic camera-eye solution, but the wiring took different routes. Biologists call that convergent evolution. Not better, not worse. Each is living history, carrying the root that came first on its branch. Yours left a blank. The octopus's did not. If you want to watch someone meet their own blind spot, send them this test and wait for the face. Then cover your left eye one last time. Stare at the cross. When the dot disappears, nothing on the screen has changed. You are looking straight at the exit of your optic nerve, a blind patch inherited from a wiring root older than hands, while your brain quietly returns the wall. The hole is real. The seamless patch is the edit.